Tonight on a very spooky edition of the BLC podcast. It's football follies and Halloween stuff.
Fasten your seatbelts. It's going to be a bumpy night.
Alive!
It's
Alive!
actually spooky.
It's alive!
I gotta say my. Oh, I forgot about that. See, now I'm worried that it's got my that you guys are hearing my like
No,
weird voice.
in the morning. Actually, Okay, am I good then? I'm good.
Oh, no.
Yes.
Yes, that's your NPR voice.
Okay.
Featuring the
Not that I'm going to use it. I'm going to tell me if that voice starts again. Tell me.
All right. Yeah, we will.
Let's go already!
I didn't do that on purpose last time.
Let's start the damn show.
Worried me. Welcome, one and all, to the 163rd one of the Black Lincoln Collective podcasts. Proudly broadcasting live from the palatial EC studios scattered all across the upstate of South Carolina. We're so glad you're here. You can always catch us on YouTube, Insta, Facebook, X, and all your favorite podcast platforms, and blcpodcast.com.
Yeah.
No longer a website, Allan. It's an experience
Oh.
on a website.
Experience on a website. Hey, yes.
And now it's the guy who's waiting on something, but he doesn't know what it is. It's Fred.
I'm waiting on the world to change.
Well, you're going to have to wait a long time.
It depends on which way. Again, just like we talked about pre-show, it depends on which side you're rooting for.
There you go. Hey, it's going
If
to
you're
change.
one side, it may not take long.
Damn, mother, it's about to change. And as always, I'd like to introduce the man in the yellow shirt. He left his hat at home. Allan, OTB.
Yeah, you know what never changes? The crowd. That's right.
It's the same four people as it always is.
Exactly.
Welcome to the show, ladies and gentlemen. The now award nominated
Oh, yes.
Black Lincoln Collective podcast. So please, I have to start the show. We have until November 2nd. Please go vote on the thing, the postandcourier.com, Greenville, best of Greenville. We don't deserve to win. And if we do win, it will be the greatest prank that anyone's ever pulled. Podcast related prank in Greenville that I'm aware of.
Yes.
We got some competition.
Oh yeah.
There's two new ones up since the last time we checked.
Oh shit.
Oh, really?
Yeah, there's two new ones up since the last
Coming in
time
hot.
we checked. And but we're still in that top.
It seems like we're in first place.
We're still in that
I
top
think we-
left-hand corner, so I like it. I think that
Yeah. As long as we can hang there, we'll be all right, I think.
yeah, we can hang there, man.
There's a lot of time left.
It is.
So
Get
get
out
in,
there.
help us out. Tell your friends, tell your enemies.
Post and
Yes.
carry.
No. Pay Fiverr hundreds of dollars to get it to make sure that we win. If you want to do that for the show, I will send you a sticker and I'll give you a shout out. So please do that. But welcome to the show. Again, not deserving of an award and probably won't win one, but we are nominated now. So we'll take it.
Yep.
That's our pitch to Mario Van Peebles.
Yeah, that's right. If we get an award, I can get
If I can win that award, if we can win that award, I can pitch it to MVP.
Yep.
MVP. MVP.
right.
Yeah. P, yeah. So
That guy.
help us get. I got his number, but I can't call his representation without saying we're literally an award-winning podcast.
That's right.
And they'll be like, "Whoa!"
You know what? I
award?
think he would do even second place. I think he'd do second place.
No, we don't want second place.
No,
No,
we're
we
gonna
want it,
win.
but-
We're in it to win it.
That's right.
I'm gonna make my kid give everybody at school. I'm gonna pull like a baby Elon Musk and be like, "Here's $20 in singles. Give these to the kids at school, and watch them put it in their phone, and then you give it to them."
Yeah.
Yes.
Give him a dollar.
That's what I need. That's my own Fiverr. It's gonna be called
Yeah.
Yes. And a reminder, everybody use a Greenville zip code.
Greenville zip code, if possible. I think that's the only way that it works. So 29615, 29607, 29601. Any of those are great. 29673.
Yep.
So many good ones. Doesn't matter to us which one you use.
Codes, they're all great.
They're all great.
Great. Some of the best, some of the biggest, best zip codes you have ever.
They're beautiful.
They're beautiful zip numbers right after another.
You want to talk about the not the zip, the code. The code.
He's like, yeah, they tell me about the zip. I say, go with the code. So anyway, Fred, speaking of zip code, we talked about this. Well, I think we were talking about area codes previously, months ago.
Yeah.
About we have this is area codes.
All right, we're getting
battling each other and feuding each other.
Right.
Well, we have that with zip codes here in our neck of the woods, and it's all about football this time of year. So we have, and then not understand. We all know about the NFL. We all know about even college. Diehards know about high school football. Not us. That's not what we're sweating and bleeding for. We're bleeding for 12 and under football and 10 and under football.
12U, that's right, baby.
So that's where it's all. That's where the real drama happens, ladies and gentlemen.
Rec League.
You want to see some shit? Those kids don't know better than to not try.
Yeah.
So they're like, I have to give it my all. And I'm like, it could be a scout. So I'm like, it could be a middle school or like a late middle school scout.
I have seen high school like coaches.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. They scout them directly.
They will scout a rec league.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Sure. I mean, why wouldn't you?
Yeah, especially
You know,
if in your district. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you got nothing else to do.
Yeah.
Well, but it's been crazy around our neck of the woods anyway with football. The season's like winding down, and so we had a really interesting night the other night, and I think you had mentioned you had some football stuff too. But the other night we had a playoff game for 12U, and there were these guys behind us, and they were just fighting. Like they were fighting because one guy, there's always somebody.
Right.
There's always somebody in the back who's like, these guys were videotaping, and like they're like, oh, come on, 12, come on, number one, you can't do that, number one, just like, just the videotape is probably hilarious because it's them just like talking mad shit, watching 12U football. They have to put it on when they watch the tape with the volume muted.
Yeah, you know what? They're never gonna watch that again.
No, you never watch that shit. What do you watch that for?
You don't watch that tape again.
No, you upload it to YouTube, point out your kid, and let
Yeah,
put your address on it. No, you don't even do that. I wouldn't even do that. I have all these videos of the kids playing sports. They're just sitting there. I guess maybe I should upload them sometime, but I won't. They'll get them when I'm dead.
Yeah.
So,
Let's go through that.
yeah, I'll be like, oh, so many recipes. No wonder.
He's got 30 years of
All screenshots of different sauce recipes that he never made us. That son of a bitch.
Look at these themes. What are these themes?
So we should do if we did a cooking podcast,
Yeah.
we'd have a better chance. I think. No, we wouldn't.
No.
We're gonna win. We can't have a better chance than winning, Fred. That's what I was saying. See, that's what I caught myself realizing that I was limiting our expectations, and we can never do that because the sky is the limit, baby. How? So anyway, we were there. Like I said, this game, it's a hard fought game because it's the playoffs now, and it's loser goes home. Playoffs, exactly. And 12U, and it's starting to get cold finally. So it felt like football. You know what I'm saying? So everybody was pumped up. Where we were had a concession stand that was operating. So people were like chowing down on nachos and hot dogs and all these snacks, and like everybody's up there. We're all sitting in the stands. Fucking cool.
Yeah.
And these, like, so the guy's back there, and he's like, oh, number one, blah, blah, blah. And so like at the end of the first quarter, all of a sudden, and we're sitting probably 6-7 rows ahead of them, and they're just standing in the very back because it's not like it's that big. It's like 10 rows tops.
Yeah.
But it's big steps. So everybody puts their chairs on the steps. So that we hear like, hey, you keep number one's name out your mouth.
Will Smith.
Oh yeah, dude.
Like, I was like, oh, and like I didn't turn because I was like, nope, I'm not turning, but I gave it a little listen turn.
Yeah.
And like, and the guy's like, he's like, whoa, I'm just talking. You know, he's like, I'm just watching the game and everything. And the guy's like, no, man.
You don't talk about my kid, man.
Yeah, what grandson? He's like, number one
Oh,
is doing the best you can.
my
That's my grandkid, and you will not talk smack about him. He's like, you will not mention him again.
Right.
And the guy's like, well, not he. And I, you know, I'll give the guy credit. Like he was like, hey, man, you know, I'm, you know, so sorry. I wasn't trying to like. He's like, these are children. You don't talk. You can talk about the team. You can't talk about individuals' kids. And I was like,
yeah.
I'm like, you know, fair enough. Like, unless you have something good to say, you shouldn't be like, man, number 18 sucks.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, he's a piece of, he really sucks, and his parents are bad at.
When we first started doing that, my wife had to like reel me back in. She's like,
yeah,
you don't know whose kid that is. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and you don't know what that kid.
You're like, I'm talking about my own kid.
Yeah, now that I will do. But so this goes on for like 2 minutes. It didn't escalate much higher than it already was. Then because you know how it goes. You got somebody who's got to get their anger out, and you've got somebody who's like in the wrong, knows it, and it's like okay. Yeah, but like at the same time, because we're men, he has to like maintain his masculinity. Right. He can't just go down like a bitch to Unc. You know what I'm saying? So like he's like, all right, man, all right. Like whatever, dude. Like, you know, and he's kind of just like this, like kind of trying to de-escalate it, but also like, okay, dude, I'm done trying to watch the game. You know, and the old man is just holding on. So that I was like, oh, this shit. I was like, this is serious shit right here, man. This is great. This is what football's all about. Well, then I witnessed something. And listen, so there are a few people who know who did this, and I will not.
Was he like a Clint Eastwood old man? Like, hey.
No, no, I didn't look. I didn't look at the guy. I looked back once, and he was like an older. He looked like he could fight.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And now again, and it was two African American gentlemen.
Oh, you know what? You know, when you get older,
you can't tell if they're old or not. How old they
are. No, he had a white beard. He was a little older.
You got one fight left in you when you get old. Like, you know.
Yes, but you got to pick.
He was ready to use it.
Man.
You know.
He was prepared to fight that dude over.
Give him my last.
Here we go, son. Well, and so that was bad enough, and I was like, okay, well, like that finally diffused, and as it was diffusing, a person who will not be named, who was very near me and who was not married to me in any way whatsoever. Sincerely, no.
In other words, this sounds like something the person that's married to you would say.
No, this is something that the person who, if the person who was married to me thought I was talking about her, she would murder me, but I'm not. So I'm sincerely not. I'm not. This is not like a gag, but I can't say who it is. But however, it's someone that I was
real, y'all. Like
I'm gonna mouth it, and then you guys can see it. But then you have to watch the video to see this.
Yeah.
There you go. That's all I'm gonna say.
Oh, I wouldn't doubt it.
Okay, so I did it very slowly for those.
Yeah.
So this person who was sitting very close to me, picks up their cell phone, not gendering anybody, and proceeds to call the POPO.
No.
Yes, and not I will say not like 911 or not even like this person knew the officer that was working the game.
Yeah, okay.
And so this person, and the officer was a lady, and so this person called her directly. She was not.
Snitch line.
Right, and I'm like sitting close to this person, and I was like, "You do not need to do that.
Oh, what are you doing?
This is over." And they're like, "No, I have to do it.
Sisters get stitches."
Right, and I was like, "No, we don't need to. There's a whole lot of game left, and if this lady looks, because the officer again is gonna know, and she's gonna look at it's a lady officer, but yes, she meandered her way over there, and stood at the bottom of the thing, and just watched the two dudes sitting doing nothing, and stood there the rest of the game. Yeah. Like stood at the bottom, like not like where they were, but like
Yeah. In other words, they knew she was there. She was there for them.
yeah. And I was like, man, you cannot snitch on somebody in real time.
Right.
And I was like, my wife, and I would say my wife was like, you gotta like shut up, like telling me like stop trying to tell her not to do anything. Tell the other person not to do anything. And you know what?
I don't went to the other side of the field.
Well, I was like, as long as hopefully they don't hear it.
Well,
and
see,
like
that problem is if he had got up and gone to the other side of the field, they would have known.
then they would have known. Yeah.
Yes.
Then they would have known.
Yeah. So that's that catch-22 thing. You got to stay right there, man.
God dang. Yeah,
You just got to play it out.
Yep,
But yeah. So it was a very ridiculous experience. I felt I've never been. I truthfully, I've had a lot of like white ladies angry at me, but like this felt like a true Karen.
Yeah.
She's, when that person is like, you need to get over here because there's some shit going down.
She said it like that. Like,
well, she didn't say there was some shit going on. She was like, you need to get over here because there's some people having a verbal disagreement and it could escalate. And I'm like, okay, that's also the whitest way to say that. Like, I'm just saying.
Yeah, but didn't they already basically had fixed
it? Was over. It was over.
Yeah.
It was over. And so that's the thing. Like they didn't I don't think the gentlemen were like, oh my God, who did this or anything, because they were already settled it.
Yeah.
But that was my thing, is like it's settled.
Now
like they walked away from each other. Yeah, they're not sneaking back to like fight each other when they're like, that dude was very old.
Meet me behind this tree.
Yeah, it wasn't like it wasn't like there was a guy there yelling, "Shut the fuck up."
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. If that person would have been there, Fred, you'd be in jail right now.
I'd probably be. Yeah, he would probably be in jail.
Yeah, that guy would have been. He couldn't have gone to his company car and sat down and.
Yeah, she'd have. I guarantee you. So, but yeah, so it was just crazy, man. Like I said, it was it was a surreal experience, and I was so like worried that I was gonna that people were gonna think I was the not cool one.
Right.
I was like, that's just not the case, man. Like, but I can't be like, it wasn't me. Like, it wasn't me.
Yeah, in situations like that, man,
that's embarrassing, man.
You got to keep your head on the swivel and just mind your business. Just in case.
Dude, that's it. And if shit pops off, like, and you think somebody's in danger, you got to do what you got to do.
Yeah.
But like, you can't. You don't bring that. And again, had it been going on and she called, I would have been like, maybe.
Yeah.
But like
pushing and shoving or something.
Well, or at least like raise voices.
You don't call after it's said and done.
Right.
Call while it's going on.
Right.
It de-escalated, and then it's like,
person just want to.
I need you to come over here now.
Right.
Saved everyone from.
Right. Like I shot everyone.
Yeah, from an argument.
Right.
Yeah.
And they were, because I'm pretty sure one of them was escalating something.
Yeah.
They were going up the stairs. That's technically escalating.
Driving an escalator, so.
Exactly. I was saying going up the stairs is escalating the stairs.
Yeah.
So
I mean, it was basically cut and dry. Keep number one name out of your mouth.
Yeah. And he was like, all right.
With you. That's it.
And they lost. And so we won, and that makes it even better.
So did you go, hey, number one? Yeah. Woo!
No, but every time number one didn't do good, I was like,
yeah.
Look back a little bit just to see if old man was going to hop up.
Old man was like, God damn it.
No, and number one made some plays though, so I can't, good. I was glad, but it was just crazy, man. Like I said, people they were real serious. They were ready to fight.
Actually, you get. I feel good for number one that his family is like,
yeah,
you're gonna back him up because that don't happen.
Yeah. And actually, I give props to the guy on the other end of it too, because like I said, he realized he was wrong, and he was like, okay. Or at least he didn't. If he didn't realize he was wrong, he realized it wasn't.
He
didn't need to fight.
It wasn't worth it. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
It wasn't worth it. Yeah. That football thing can be.
I got a case of the black lung.
Intense, man.
Way to not hide my muting, Allan, jerk. So, Fred, did you have some experience at the football field as well? Oh, I wanted to name this segment "Football Fight in America," but we were going to do football follies because we both had.
Did I
them.
think I had a football story?
Yeah,
No, I don't think so.
you did.
I did.
No, I don't think so.
My
Yeah,
wife
but you-
stepped. We was at the game, and my wife stepped in dog shit.
There you go. That's a folly.
She did
I
what?
said, she stepped in dog shit. Like she didn't know she stepped in dog shit.
Oh, that's
But
worse.
she was like, babe, you tie my shoe, and she put her foot up there, and I was like, I tied the shoe, and I was like, what? I said, ew, you step in dog shit. And she's like, I did. I was like, God, made me tie your shoe.
Oh, see, there you go. That's what the dog did.
Yeah, I can't stand that.
That's gross. That's
That's
gross
awesome.
that people don't clean up their dogs after.
That's also because she didn't know, and you
Yeah.
found out because you were tying.
Helping her out, tying the shoe, and then I got a big whiff of poo in my nose.
Oh gosh.
I'm
Well,
like, come on, man.
that's disgusting.
Man, I can't.
It's
And
what
you
at
can-
least
You can never get it off your shoe. Like you got to
it
get
gets
it
in the treads.
and then you get in the treads. Yeah, it
Yeah.
gets in the
Yeah.
treads. You know what I mean? You can rub it in dirt. It's still it's not
Well,
shoe.
what you do is, like, for example, when in our type of job, we work in people's yards and they have dog
Yeah.
shit. What you
Right.
do is, in the rich neighborhoods, they have the irrigation going.
Yeah.
So you put your foot on top of the sprinkler. And you go,
You gotta do what you gotta do.
yeah, man.
When the sprinkler comes on, it's just
Yeah, with the
shit.
sprinkler, when it's shooting, yeah, and you do that, and then when the puddle is in front of the house, then you do right in front of the puddle, and you put your.
There you go.
I remember, like, we had some dogs. We let them go outside. These dogs were good dogs. You could just let them outside and they would walk around and do their business.
Yeah.
You let 'em-
Wouldn't go for it.
And there
Fought
was
they-
one.
Were they fat?
Go ahead.
No.
What?
I said, were they fat? Because that's like as a dog, were they smart enough to be like, this is where the food is, so I shouldn't make a run for it? Because I feel like in every dog, there's an urge to
No,
just go.
these were little dogs.
Oh, okay.
Like these were little dogs, and they were like, if I leave, something go eat me. You know what I'm saying?
I get that.
Those type dogs. And I had that, I was cutting grass one day, and like I was doing the weed eating, and like I was weed eating next to the house, and like all in my face.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh my god! And that's why, like, I've said it before. I'm not a dog person. You know what I'm saying? Y'all
Right,
know I ain't.
right.
And that's one of the main reasons. Like,
I get it.
Since then, I was like, I can't stand. Oh my god, man! Like,
But
Yeah.
what dog takes a shit in the weeds? Normally, they take a shit like in the middle of, so you could go over it with the lawnmower.
right? Yeah,
The dogs are all different, man. You never
man.
know.
These
You
tiny
never know.
dogs.
That's funny. Well, I haven't. Speaking of, let's add. You know what, Fred? We should add dog shit to the enemy of the show list.
Yes, I second the motion.
All right,
Yes.
it is done.
All in
Dog
favor?
shit, enemy of the show.
Yeah, dog shit is enemy of the show.
Yeah,
Dog.
enemy. We'll add it to the list, Alan. Do you have a running list? You should put a list up behind you that says enemies of the show.
Yeah. Okay. I will.
You have a space right there. See, look right beside him, Fred, over his shoulder. That's a perfect space to put a list.
Oh yeah.
enemies of the show.
There is. And I'll do it.
No,
Like,
we'll get a list together for you, which you should have already been keeping because you're the producer. And it's very important to know who the enemies of the show are, because I'm going to add another one, Fred and Alan.
you gonna add another enemy?
Yeah, I'm adding one. I'm nominating one
Okay.
for golf carts. Already won.
The golf
Right.
carts are
Golf
one.
carts on public roads. Already won.
Right. Yeah.
Okay. I got another one for you. And now this one's a little more. This isn't. These things can't help themselves. They just fucking suck, and I hate them. And that's stink bugs.
Yeah.
I hate these fucking things.
Yeah, but there can be enemies of the show. That's
They
what
can be
are.
enemies of the show. I hate them.
Yeah, but no,
They smell bad.
no, I can't.
No.
No.
Can't do it.
No.
Can't abide by. Can't.
No,
Yes,
because you
can.
see, like the golf cart guys, they're assholes. So they deserve to be enemies of the show. Dog shit deserves to be enemies of the show because it got on Freddy's face.
Dog shit can't help itself.
Yes, it
I mean,
can.
I hate it.
Help itself.
Dog shit always ends up in your shoe.
But that's not dog shit's fault. That's your fault.
Yes, it is. Dog shit moves, man. I'm telling you, dog shit moves. You can see the dog shit.
The problem
right there.
is it.
You can be walking and
in.
seeing the dog shit. You can see it, and you're like, "There's a pile of dog shit right there. I'm gonna miss it." And then when you get in the car, you're like, "How the fuck did that happen?"
Yeah, I didn't miss it. Yeah, well, because you'll tip it like the end. That's all it takes. Oh, good times. Same with gas. Anyway, no. So stink bugs. We have stink bugs, not like in our yard, okay? And it seems like every time somebody goes out in the yard and comes back in, there's a stink bug on them, and then they stink, and everything smells like cucumbers, and I hate it.
Cucumbers.
It does smell like cucumbers.
They don't stink unless you like kill them.
Yeah, unless you
Right, but I can't just like let them live in the house. Like as soon as you pick them up,
no, you're supposed to like.
Yeah, you
just
scoop
pick them up. Yeah, and just let them out.
I scoop them up. I don't let them out.
Why? What
I'm
you
gonna let them. They committed a crime. I'm gonna let them go to do it again.
Yeah, if not, they're gonna leave. If they didn't commit a crime until you killed them.
Give us free.
I flush them down the toilet.
You flush them down the toilet.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
That seems like a debt. Like it's a Viking funeral for those things.
Right, there you go.
I don't know. Can they hold their breath? I don't know. Do they breathe? I don't know. Fuck them.
All right, you're gonna get one of them damn sewer stink bugs.
Yeah,
You see one like right here on my head. It's
There's gonna be some guy.
Alligator down the sewer.
Yeah, there's gonna be some guy rotting some sewer lines and be like, and the giant stink bug come out. Yeah.
It's gonna be albino because I hadn't seen the sun.
Yeah.
It's gonna be all white. It's gonna be a giant white bug
That's my worst nightmare come true.
terrorizing the town.
I hate him so much. I wish we could make him the enemy of the show.
All right, we'll make him an enemy of the show.
You know what? Do you know what their natural weakness is, Allan and Fred?
What's
Soap. Soap and water. That's like if they were a Pokemon,
the Dracar Nor.
soap attacks would take care of them.
So,
I don't know why they're like, just get soap and water and spray. And I'm like, but I can't spray everyone who walks in the house with soap and water. That would be weird.
All the shower.
Yeah, be like, here, you need this. Get the stink bug off you. I don't know, man. It's one of those things. I wish they would. I think it's because we live near a retention pond, and I think that they like that area.
Yeah,
because it's stinky.
You got any kudzu back there?
No, we don't.
I learned about a new stink bug. The little, they like kudzu bugs. You know what I'm saying? They live on kudzu. They're classified as a stink bug too.
Yes.
Do they smell? Do they smell like cucumbers?
They do. They actually stink. Like,
okay, it's so bad.
Yeah, dude. I was doing a locate one day, and it was kudzu around the building, and I just pulled it off, and they came out like a swarm. They were everywhere. I ran away. Like,
heck yeah.
You're like, oh, stinky. Yeah.
It's like the birds. You see the birds, but it was kudzu bugs. You know what I'm saying?
Just coming over your back of your head. You're like running through the field.
Yeah.
You like dive down as they flew over you.
Yeah.
Oh no, what was that? Was that like vertigo? I don't think that was the birds. What was the one where he's the guy's running from the plane? I can't remember.
Yeah, that's the birds. Yeah,
was that the birds? Okay.
Yeah, birds. Yeah.
All right, cool.
Yeah, the guy's running and the birds and they hit the plane. The plane's like, ah.
Oh yeah, and he's like running from through the field, and he keeps looking back, and then he has to and the plane goes over his head. Good stuff. I sound like Donald Trump explaining anything right now because I'm like, this again, you go and he's
right on top of the thing,
right on there. It's called the weave.
You see, Freddie was running, and it was like,
right. That was where the steak went.
They crop dusted me, man.
You gotta love that. All right, well, let's take a quick break. And we'll be back with some more of the Black Lincoln Collective podcast. It's not a very spooky episode so far. Welcome back to the Black Lincoln Collective podcast. I did a swooshy
He's getting that Justin
with my hair.
Bieber thing.
Yeah, I'm beeping it. See? Look at that. Now I look real cool. So anyway, welcome back to the show.
in the background.
Yeah, P. Diddy's like, my kids have started singing this song about P. Diddy, and it's making me, I keep telling them not to sing it, and they keep singing it. It's that Kesha song, the one that's like, wake up in the morning feeling like, but see, now they say, as they go, wake up in the morning feeling like this city, gonna something. Oh, look, it's P. Diddy. Burp. And they make like a burp noise at the, like a burp kind of thing. Yeah, got my. Well, how does that song? I don't remember how that song goes, but it's
It'll
like
be
that.
it'll be like it's P. Diddy.
Morning feeling like P. Diddy.
Something on my something. We're gonna rock this city.
Yeah.
So they flip it, and then they're like, "Oh, it's P. Diddy." It's exactly that. So it's weird, but I'm like, you guys don't even know who P. Diddy is, and I certainly hope you don't know what it is that he's being accused of, because you're 6 and 8.
Yeah, my 10-year-old tried to ask me what that was.
Yeah,
Don't worry
told
about
Jack it was what we're gonna do to him if he doesn't
it.
shut up.
Documentary in 20 years. You could say, I remember when that happened.
Yeah, like, oh, that was fun. Yeah,
I remember. I always heard about what that guy. I never
this
knew
could be
what-
the OJ trial of that generation. then.
It is the OJ trial, except
You know what I mean? And this is definitely not what we're here to talk about. But
OJ just killed his wife and another dude. We were like, this is a lot worse. I guess I don't know if it is. Never mind.
Mendez thing.
oh yeah, how was that?
OJ stole their thunder. Like,
Well, they were big though. They were a big deal.
yeah, they were, but like, because I didn't know there were 2 trials. So the first one, they got a hung jury.
Yes.
And the
Okay.
second trial, like, they spent like 5 years in county waiting to go to trial. And so, like, when that first happened, yeah, they were hot. But
Yeah.
then after the first trial, the hype kind of died, and then OJ happened. OJ was in the same like cell block as the other brother, as one of the brothers.
Oh.
He actually talked to OJ, told him not to hire Shapiro.
Eh. Wrong again. Another bad decision made by the Menendez boys. Not the first. They did go to a Knicks game though.
They had one line in the thing, and the guy was like, OJ got off. And he was like, OJ had a catchphrase, you know, if it don't fit, you must have quit. He's like, we need something like that. Like, if you were abused, you can't accuse.
Oh man.
Terrible.
Did they really say that? Was it like? But it wasn't like a comedy or anything, right?
I mean, it was funny. It had funny
Really?
parts.
Really?
Like, yeah, it had funny parts. You know what I mean? Yeah,
Interesting.
yeah. But
Well-
like, it was pretty good. Like, after, I'm sorry, I don't mean to talk about. But after one episode, I think it was like episode 5. I was like, damn, they let them dudes out. You know what I mean?
They do that to you, man.
But then by the end, I was like, nah.
Nope. Back in you go. Like 5 hours later, I hope the warden didn't get the call yet. You're like, no, man.
I mean, yeah, because
they do that.
they brutally murdered their parents, man.
Yeah, they murdered a lot of them parents.
But like the thing said though, why would you brutally murder your parents like that? They didn't just do that just
Because they took away my Xbox.
yeah, exactly. They didn't do that just because of, you know,
I don't know, man.
Daddy didn't buy me the right car. You know what I mean? There was something more behind that. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, but they did it.
They did do it. Yeah, they
I
did.
mean,
it.
that's kind of.
Yeah, they admitted that they did it. You know what I'm
Like,
saying?
I know there might be more to it, but you
They
did
lied
do
about it. After they lied about doing it,
it. Right.
they admitted it. You know what I mean? Once they got caught, but then like other stuff starts to come out, and you know, then you could probably be like, yeah, I see why he put it.
I mean, I'm not saying, you know, there's 2 sides to every story, Fred. And
Right.
again,
Yeah.
I understand that you sympathize with the Menendez brothers.
No, I don't.
Well, I mean, that's what it sounds like to me, Allan. What do you think?
I'm just saying, like, watch the shit, and then you tell me how
Try
you
not to be convinced the other way.
right. You know what I mean? Try not to have a little like.
Yeah,
Not
a
saying
little
you
compassion.
get it, but I get it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, a little
Sure.
compassion.
Sure.
You know what I mean? Not saying
this-
shit, but I get it. You know?
Right. So if you got butt raped, would you kill your parents?
I mean,
But that's
no,
not what
'cause
happened to them.
I don't know what happened to them. I have no idea. I don't care.
that's
No,
what
they
You
they
can tell me.
That's what they say, but they never could prove it. Basically, what happened was the parents were like, "You need to grow up, and we're going to cut you off."
And they're
And
like, the best way for you to grow up
is
with a wiener in your butt.
it's like, all right, bend over, But
Nothing grows a man up. Nothing will make you stand taller than a wiener in a butt.
there was no other proof besides like the cousin. There was a cousin that
Okay.
said that.
Oh,
Eric
there
had
was
told
okay.
her when they were little, and
It
she
counts.
tried to tell the mom, and the mom was like, "He's a liar, mind your business."
One
And
of
she's like,
those.
"I never heard anything else about it." It's that until they killed them, and then you know what I'm saying. Then she said like, "Well, maybe I should have did more." You know what I'm saying? So I mean, I don't know. She could have been
It's
paid
because-
off.
See, I understood that they were basically they were rich kids, and the parents cut them off.
Right,
And
right.
the parents, and they were like, "No, they're treating us like shit. And we're gonna, and money makes you do that, and anal
Right.
sex makes you do that too. So I don't know.
Speaking of cutting off, let's transition to the next. No, I'm just kidding. But Fred, it's Halloween.
Menendez brothers were scary.
7 minutes later. Hey, we should dress as the Menendez brothers for Halloween. You just have to wear a members only jacket, right?
No, I got another good one for you.
All right.
Vincent D'Onofrio.
I dress as Vincent D'Onofrio. I could totally pull that off.
You could do the Punisher. Well, not the Punisher. Kingpin. Kingpin would be.
I just have to shave my head. I already did that. I told you that I did that before, right?
Get a ball cap. You did.
Yeah, but
you did.
I shaved my head for a Halloween costume like 10 years ago?
Yes, Uncle Fester.
No, I shaved it because we decided at my old job. We were like the cool kids,
Right.
So we decided at my old job, and it was pretty laid back, that we were going to dress one year as Halloween. We were going to dress as other people that we worked with.
Oh,
like as a joke, obviously,
right,
and and not in like a mean way, in like a fun way.
Right, yeah.
And so there was a guy who was like a big guy like me, but he was totally bald, like shaved to the to the skin bald.
Right.
And I had hair probably almost as long as it is now. And so on the October 30th or whatever, I went home and after Shannon went to sleep, the kids went to sleep, or Jack went to sleep. I was like, all right, shaved it all off, razored it, all that shit. Woke up the next morning and went in, and everybody's like, what the fuck? What the fuck? And I was like, yeah. Like when Shayna saw me, because I didn't tell her I was going to do it.
Right.
I just did it. She was like, what the fuck is wrong with you? You have got to grow your hair back. I was like, I will.
I'm just doing this for 3 hours worth of laughs.
Right. I was like, it's worth it. It was worth it though. But what sucks is they had, get this though. So they had a competition, a Halloween costume competition at work, and I did not win it.
What?
Sacrifice.
I was like, I gave up. Yeah. All this gorgeous hair. Oh, this lush, luxurious mop.
Yeah.
It was rigged.
It was totally rigged. It's okay.
Yeah.
Because one person dressed as a product of the company that we sell, or a product that we sell at the company.
Right.
And so they were like, well, that's really inventive. And I'm like, we sell those all the time.
Yeah.
I shaved my head.
He just had like a first aid box.
Right. I was like, I dressed up as a different human being.
A
Son of a
douchebag.
bitch.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly. Nah, he was awesome. I was like, you deserve it, man. It's cool. He made props and shit. I just shaved my head. It was fun.
Yeah.
I'd have done that anyway on a dare. Done it before. So not gonna do it right now though. So just so you know. So Fred, Halloween. It's the spookiest season that there is. Do you guys get into Halloween? Do you go to haunted houses or any of that shit?
I went to the big one that we had.
Mad World?
Yeah, like a couple years ago. But
Now
hey,
they have badges you can put on there that say "Do not scare me."
right. That's if you want to take the kids. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't take my
Yeah.
kids.
What the fuck? What's the point in going and do not scare?
Yeah, but my thing is like if you've been there, everything is like horror related. How are you not going to be scared? Like
Yeah,
you're scared anyway.
it's intense, man.
Do
Yeah,
not
it is.
scare me.
It's intense. But it's
It's like
like
Indians, Allan.
if you
It's like
like, if you like
Indians.
horror, if you like, you know, haunted house
Indians.
forest, that's the place, man.
Yeah, they do it right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man.
Well, Fred, Halloween traditions, much like this. I'm getting echo and it's messing me up. So, haunted houses, Fred, are a Halloween tradition, much like many of our other traditions that we don't know jack shit about. Because who decided that we should do haunted houses? Somebody who was fucked up was like, I would like to scare a lot of people, and they'll probably come do this.
Right? Yeah.
And people were like, oh, why not? I'll go to that weird ass house. Hell. Think about the first person that was a haunted house. Because, like, you couldn't have had anybody out there taking tickets. Because you're like, going to this house is scary as shit. And people would be like, okay, yeah.
That's how it was. Like, you know, back in the day. Well, like not in my neighborhood, but like there was always that one house in the neighborhood that
Oh, there's always one, yeah.
Richardson died in. I dare you
Yeah.
to go in.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
But, like, I'm just saying, setting it up and being like, come over here where you could die. People are like, yeah, okay, great.
That happened.
But-
That had like first haunted house had to be in like Midwest.
Yeah,
Like,
oh, yeah, I'm sure. It was like,
I
Panhandle
guarantee
or
it's
some
like
shit.
yeah, Illinois or something.
Right. That would make a lot of sense. Well, Fred, there's a lot of traditions like haunted houses that we don't know the meaning of.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm going to run through some, tell you a little bit about them. Tell me what you think. If you think these are true or not. Now, they're all probably maybe true. They're all on the internet. So who knows if they're true or not. I did not personally research these beyond looking for them.
If it's on the internet, it's true.
If it's on the internet, it's probably true.
Mhm.
97%.
Yeah, because the internet. Well, for me, it's 100 because the internet never lies.
Don't even forget, we have an internet story to talk about after this that I have a question for you guys about.
Oh,
Anyway, so Fred, why do we carve jack-o'-lanterns out of pumpkins? Any guess?
Because the people who planted pumpkins got so big of a crop that they didn't know what to do with them.
Pumpkin that could fit a bitch in. No, Fred, you're wrong. But you're kind of right, but you're not at all right. Fred, you might think we're joking, but the answer is because turnips aren't as easy to find in America. Although carving pumpkins seems like an ancient tradition, it actually dates back to Irish immigrants here in America.
Right?
In the Irish folktale Stingy Jack, a wicked man named Jack met the devil and managed to trick and outsmart him until he finally made a promise never to take his soul. When Jack eventually died, he wasn't allowed into heaven for his crimes, but the devil wouldn't take him either.
damn.
Instead, his spirit wandered the earth, carrying an ember from the devil's fire inside a hollowed-out turnip to light his way,
So he's like the Incredible Hulk going from town to town.
just like the Incredible Hulk.
But
Irish people, because of this, Irish people enjoyed hollowing out turnips, rutabagas, and other root vegetables to create lanterns to keep away nasty spirits like
Hey,
Stingy Jack.
cucumbers. Hey, cucumbers.
Cucumbers. Ugh, snake bugs. That's what I wonder if I could do that.
They hollowed out cucumbers, all right.
Yeah, they did. So to keep away nasty spirits like Stingy Jack, also known as Jack o' the Lanterns.
Ah.
And when the Irish folks arrived in America, they began using bigger, rounder, and easier to carve pumpkins as Jack o' Lanterns. The trend caught on and became a beloved holiday tradition.
So
there
did
you
the
go.
Irish bring Halloween down?
No, this is so Halloween is a mix match, a mix 'em up of a bunch of different cultures. Like that's one of the things about Halloween. So,
Pagan.
well, you may hear people say, Fred, and I'm not reading this. You may hear people say Halloween's an ancient pagan tradition, or Halloween is a Roman holiday, or even a Christian holiday, or even Halloween is a uniquely American holiday. None of them would be exactly right or exactly wrong. Actually, the traditions we associate with Halloween come from many different sources.
Sure.
Harvest festivals have existed in countless cultures, from the Roman feast of Pomona to the Celtic celebration of Samhain. So there's a bunch of different shit.
I got a cousin.
So-
named Sam.
You got what?
Cousin named Sam.
Sam Hain?
Sam. Yeah.
That's crazy. I have a neighbor who's named Sarona. That's just, I was like, that's a cool name. So, Fred, you may ask yourself when you're traveling around the area, looking through the woods at things, you would say, why are these ravens seen as omens of death? Fred, do you know why ravens are seen as omens of death?
Because altogether they're a murder.
Yeah. There you go.
Mhm.
There you go.
So, this myth partly began in medieval England. Back in those days, there were no handy methods to dispose of old and rotten meat, and meat rotted quite quickly before the invention of refrigerators. As scavengers and less picky eaters, ravens became valuable as garbage removal services. In fact, it was actually illegal to kill them. But because they fed on dead things, and because swarms of ravens increased during I lost the voice. Increased during times of plague and disease, more death means more food for the ravens. Many people began to think that ravens brought about death rather than the other way around.
There you
So
go.
there you go.
There you go. Baltimore land. Got it right.
Fuck the ravens. Nevermore. Fred was going to read that whole thing.
Yeah.
I'm
Then
glad
I
you did.
thought how long it was, and I was like,
I'm glad you didn't, because it's a lot of words. And it's a lot of words that we don't understand, like force.
right. You have to.
We should make Allan, you should make Chat GPT rewrite the Raven as a rap song. And then see how that works for us. I bet that would work. I bet it would do a good job. And then you could rap it, Fred, because I'm not allowed to rap it. I'm no Snow.
You got my someone to visit at the slam.
Inform.
Like boom boom down.
Boom, boom, now. Okay, so Fred.
Yep.
Do you partake in the annual? Was that a fart? I don't know if that was a fart or not. Okay, I thought Allan threw a fart there. It was great, good timing. Fred, do you participate in the annual tradition of sorting through your children's candy and checking for any candy that's been tampered with?
No.
No, you just let them go to it.
I take all the good candy out.
That's what I'm saying. But you use the excuse.
Yeah.
Let me make sure there's nothing messed up.
Right. I'll be like, I'm gonna eat this candy because it might be poisonous.
Right.
Die. So you
like I read that so Fred, you may not know this, and watch out. They just recalled a bunch of McDonald's quarter pounders because of E. coli. And that's what I always tell my kids. I say Reese cups have E. coli.
You don't want that.
And so do these Hershey Kisses. And so does these dots. So do this. Like there's a lot of E. coli this year.
King size sticker ball.
Let's go over. As a matter of fact, you just take the gum, kids. And I'll take it from here. And here, have these Cheez-Its that somebody gave you for some reason. And this sticker.
Bag of cheese.
Exactly. Yeah, like why? No, that's not candy. Anyway. Well, Fred, there's always been the fear, at least as long as I remember, of someone like putting a razor blade in your apple or whatever in your candy bar.
Yeah.
But yeah, from razor blades and candy apple to poison popcorn balls. What's a popcorn ball? Is that just a bunch of popcorn like stuck together with candy?
Yeah, like
popcorn ball.
Yeah.
Okay, caramel. That sounds pretty good. Okay, so anyway, everyone knows that Halloween treats can be dangerous in the wrong hands.
Mm-hmm.
But is it really common to tamper with Halloween candy? It turns out this myth can be traced back to one dangerous dad. Should I give you his name?
Out him.
Ronald Clark O'Brien.
Of course.
No, O'Brien, who poisoned his own children's pixie sticks and
No.
blamed it on an unknown neighbor.
No.
Unfortunately, his son did die.
Well, why in the fuck would you do that?
Because he's a dick. Enemy of the show.
No, why would you blame your neighbor?
Why wouldn't you blame your neighbor? Who else would you blame?
You take the blame yourself.
You don't take the blame.
Yeah, you're like, them bastards deserve to die. But no, he blamed his neighbor. That had nothing to do with it. His neighbor was just chilling at home, minding his own business.
I want to know more about that.
Pixie sticks. Well, ever since the incident, Fred, parents have. I'm surprised Pixie sticks let them put that in there. Anyway, ever since the incident, Fred, parents have been careful to check for their children's candy for any mysterious openings or holes in the wrappers, which you really wouldn't see because if I was going to inject poison into candy, you would not see the needle thing. I'm just saying, dude.
Nobody's going to do it. It seemed like, I mean, when the one time it happened, it was domestic anyway.
Right. And that's what they're saying. This one dude did it. It's rare to see homemade treats at Halloween anymore, as sealed candy with standard ingredients are much safer. Did people just used to make homemade treats like Rice Krispie treats and shit and brownies, and you could just go get them?
Yeah.
But nobody had costumes like that, man. Like,
man, that's so much better.
Yeah. You know what I mean? You had to make your own costume.
Yeah, you had to make it. When I go trick-or-treating on base, they would have like all kinds of like brownies and like homemade. It was all homemade candy.
Fucking thanks a lot, Biden. Ruined Halloween too.
No, it's corporate did that. Man.
I know.
You know what I mean?
No, thank you, O'Brien. No, thank you, Ronald Clark O'Brien.
You gotta
douche.
Work for it. You gotta work.
You're the Black Lincoln Collective douchebag of the week.
Yes, he's the enemy of the show. You know.
Yeah, I told you. I put him right to the top of the list.
Yeah.
Worse than dog shit. All right,
Ooh,
I think so.
Man.
Well, Fred, have you ever wondered why ghosts say boo? Why do they say boo? How do you know that they say boo?
Boo?
Has anyone seen a ghost and they were like, "Oh, that just said boo to me"?
Casper.
Well, even the smallest children can tell you what a ghost says, Fred, which is boo.
Yeah.
But where did this story start? While the Irish can take credit for jack-o'-lanterns, you can thank the Scottish for this ghostly catchphrase. Boo, or originally boo, was a popular way to scare someone or get someone's attention. It says the same thing twice.
Boo.
In a 1738 book called The Presbyterian Eloquence Displayed, Gilbert Crockett wrote, boo is a word. Oh, wait. Scottish. Okay, so boo is a word that's used in the north of Scotland to frighten crying children. We're not sure if the children started crying before or after someone yelled boo at them. One strange Scottish expression, he can't say boo to a goose, refers to a shy or quiet person. So where did the association with ghosts come from? Well, if boo is what you yell to scare or startle someone, it makes sense that ghosts, who are known to pop out of nowhere and scare people, really, would say boo. Scottish poetry from the 1800s sometimes referred to ghosts, goblins, and monsters as boo men. Does that sound familiar? Perhaps a bit like boogeyman? Yep.
Oh,
that's the source of that word, too.
The boogeyman.
The boogeyman.
That's right.
But I didn't know that ghosts just jumped out.
You never had a ghost just jump out and startle you?
No, not a ghost.
All the time. I hate it.
You know, it's like a ghost. Usually the ghost is like, ooh, scary.
My
You know.
ghost, hey, man.
You're like, come on, dude.
it
He's like,
goes-
come on, can you just let me,
I
can
mean,
you just
like,
be scared for a second and just let me fuck off? I'm just,
he goes like, boo.
I'm like, oh, all right.
Leprechaun.
All right, got me, man.
Got me. Yep. Like, all right, you did it. Go away for like a week or whatever. How often do you have to do this to keep your boo quota up?
Go move some plates and chairs.
Do you think that's what ghosts have to scare people to stay alive? Is that like a vampire?
Their motivation.
Yeah, that's the only way. That's their job. Could write a show about that. We should write a show about that.
They did.
Motivational ghosts. Oh, do they? Oh, yeah, shit. It's called Ghosts. I forgot about that. I never watched it. Is it any good, Fred?
Never watched it either. I don't know.
All right, I'm sure it's great. It's probably one of the greatest. It's a British show originally, and I'm
Is
sure
it
that
really?
yes, of course.
It looks like a British show.
Yeah,
Like,
and so yeah, it's ridiculous.
that
What show is that?
It's called
Yeah,
Ghosts.
Like, oh,
What, the one with Patrick Swayze?
no.
No, it's a show.
Yeah, Willie
Television show.
and Patrick Swayze. You're like, help me.
Willie.
Just imagine 23 weeks of this.
He's like, you dead, Willie?
You did, Willie. You're like, help me. Ah.
Willie was screaming like a bitch.
Yeah, he was.
Willie was screaming like a bitch. Some shit came out of the dark and grabbed his head. Yeah.
Yeah, see?
Oh, Willie.
It's a real thing. Well, Fred, do you know
Yeah.
why witches are green?
No.
No.
No? Well, why are they green? In the most recent issue of Muse magazine, you can thank the most famous green-faced witch for that. The Wicked Witch of the West. Arthur L. Frank Baum never mentions the Wicked Witch skin color in his books, but the movie adaptation made the most of its cutting-edge color technology. Dorothy's slippers, silver in the books, became ruby red on screen, while a horse in Emerald City changed color every few seconds. What better way to emphasize the witch's frightening appearance to make her skin an unnatural color? Her green skin tone especially emphasizes the way she's green with envy for the ruby slippers. So there you go.
They were sisters.
Yeah, she was Glinda's sister. Yeah.
No.
Yeah, she was.
Yeah.
She was the Wicked Witch of the East sister. That's the one the house fell on.
Right. But the good witch of the whatever.
Glinda the good witch. They weren't. They weren't.
Yeah, they were.
No, they weren't.
Yeah, they were.
No.
Yeah.
They were roommates in like witch school.
In college. In which college? In Hogwarts.
Yeah, like
Duh.
I can't wait for the movie to come out because I'm gonna watch it.
Is there a movie called Witch Roommates?
No, it's called Wicked.
Wicked, but Wicked weren't they
Oh,
sisters?
is that what it's about? I don't know.
Oh, I don't know because I've never seen it.
Yeah, see, I thought they were sisters.
Just waiting on the movie to come out.
Waiting on
I can tell you right now that my wife is pissed at you guys
why?
because she's listening to the show, love you, babe, and
I
saying
just-
that she's not fucking their grandmother or whatever you're talking about. You guys are idiots.
Oh yeah, she would know. She know exactly what they're talking. What if they're cousins and if they're not, yeah, she would know it.
Yeah, she'll tell us all about them.
Yep.
Wicked man.
If they were Slytherin or all that, whatever. Fucking bullshit.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyway,
Hogwarts.
exactly.
Yep. Yeah, because isn't in Wicked, aren't they supposed to go up a hill and look for a ring or something?
I don't know what the fuck it's about.
How do you?
man.
What the fuck?
I don't even know what it's about.
I'm just pissing
It's
Shane
about
off.
the Wicked Witch.
I'm just pissing Shane off. You're like, that's Lord of the Rings, asshole.
They have to throw their witch ring into the fire.
Yeah.
They can't ride their brooms because that would make too much sense.
Yep.
So just like stupid fucking Lord of the Rings. Just ride the fucking Gryffindor or whatever all the way to the fucking thing.
Yep.
Yeah, the ruby slippers, so that made her the Scarlet Witch.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
There you go.
Dude, I would have been if I was Dorothy.
And now it's
I
a
would-
Marvel franchise.
I would have been pissed if I was Dorothy, man. All that shit you go through, and all she had to do was hit them things 3 times. and say,
yeah, right.
Dude,
Yeah,
I would have bitch slapped that Glenda. I would have punched her in the boob and bitch slapped her. Been like, bitch, you made me go through all this shit. I killed the green
Yeah.
witch.
That's how you got to do it.
You know, I had to fight flying monkeys.
She killed 2 witches, dude.
You know,
You murdered 2 people.
I mean, I had to walk around with an oil can because you
I
know.
was sponsored by some other people.
Yep.
All that to go back to the black and white fucking middle of nowhere Assville. That's the worst part is you're like, she's all that. She's in this magical world of fucking mystery and shit. She just killed the 2 bad people in the entire fucking thing.
Yeah.
And she wants to go home.
Yep.
Depending on what side you're on.
Again, exactly. You're right. Well, to the flying monkeys, the witch gave them union jobs.
Yeah.
And
Good
she
union
went
job.
on their property.
Yeah.
That's why they attacked.
She took the slippers
True.
that did not belong to her. They
It did
belonged to
belong.
the wicked witches.
true.
They were not
Yeah.
her slippers.
The witch that the house fell on, she had a wheel, and in the wheel it said that the
Clearly
ruby-
said.
it clearly said
Right.
that it goes to the Wicked Witch of the West.
Right.
So-
But they couldn't read the will because they wouldn't
No,
give
no,
her a chance
because-
because they called her the. If your name is the Wicked Witch of something, you're not. It's going to give you a leg down. Like you, Fred. You've seen those people who change their names like that. Like,
Racially profiled
Yeah,
that
but
girl.
right. Like the African American people who change their name like Greg and they get jobs. It's like Rashad changed his name to Greg.
Yes, but you see, the Wicked Witch from the West, she was actually from Boston. So she was,
West Boston.
it was like West Boston. So it was like wicked, like wicked cool.
Yeah, she's wicked good.
She was wicked good.
She's like, I'm wicked green, y'all.
I gotta take a wicked pistol.
Yeah, exactly. I think a wicked Cleveland steamer.
Fucking Duncan's is running right through me.
That's right. Yeah. Dude, have you guys ever been to a Tim Hortons?
No. What
No.
is it? I've
I
heard.
would like to go. I've heard it's the
Yeah, like,
Canadian version of Dunkin'. So it's supposed to be like a better Canadian Dunkin'.
Yeah. You ever been to K. Rogers?
King Rogers Roasters? No.
I've been to Roy Rogers.
I think y'all
Yeah.
call them Kroger's.
Call them what? Kroger's?
Kroger.
Oh, Kroger's. Yeah, I've been to Kroger.
Call them K. Rogers.
Okay, Rogers. Too fancy. Too fancy for me, Fred. I can't afford either one. But let me ask you guys a question. This has nothing to do with our normal show. This is off the limits. But I saw it and I was like, this is an interesting story. So let's figure it out. This is our internet story of the week. If we had a thing, that would be really cool to do that every week. Anyway, so Fred, do you know, and you don't have to sell yourself out on this, have you heard of these two names, Fred and Allan? Have you ever heard of a person named Lana Rhodes or Riley Reid?
Yes.
Yeah, they're wrestlers, right?
In a way.
Yes. They
In a way, they're wrestlers.
They wrestle
Well,
black
they
men.
they wrestle.
They're like,
They wrestle professionally,
Yes.
if you will, live and
Right.
in person at limited audiences. Well, they have started Lana Rhodes. Okay, so for those who don't know, which is probably no one, but those are both pornographic film stars, right? And corn stars.
Yeah,
We're not going to like talk about whatever they're into because that's not the point. My question to you, Fred, is Lana Rhodes. So she's a retired person of interest, and she has started. She's now retired from the business. She started a family. Blah blah blah. So she has petitioned like a bunch of the people that she used to work with and all this stuff to remove her content from all of the websites.
right. Never
Out of
gonna
respect to her having a family or whatever.
happen. Never gonna
No, that's that.
Well, so Riley Reid, who is also, I guess, a retired person of interest in this situation, has requested the same thing.
happen.
How in the hell do you think they can get that to happen?
They can't.
Okay.
Feel the same
I
way.
mean, people paid money for
Yeah,
for them.
Right.
I mean, it's actually I didn't know who they were until the internet. They talked about that today. We talked about it at work because we were like, how the hell? Because in Europe they have the what is it? They have a law that you can take yourself off the internet. You can petition it, and they can remove everything off of it.
Really?
In Europe, yes, and yeah, they have it in Europe, but they don't have it here in the States, so it could work.
Even if you did that, like you still couldn't get it all off. Like
Right.
you still couldn't get it all
Boy,
off.
Tristan,
Yeah,
word, man.
if you're a person like that trying to get off everything, you're just gonna have a hard time.
Yeah, she,
You're gonna have to work. You're gonna have to put in a lot of time.
Well, no, but I mean, when you're talking about, she's probably done DVDs.
Yeah. So
you're
that's
gonna
what
it's
Well, no,
never-
DVDs, like stopping selling that is one thing, but I mean, you can't you're not gonna be able to erase yourself from the
no,
internet.
you can't. That's what I'm saying.
Like
Stop
God
it.
forbid.
You can't.
And then like let's say okay, you took everything off the internet, and like Allan said, there's people out there with DVDs of it.
Sure,
So-
they'll just put it right back on there.
Especially because they know that you
Yeah.
got it raised, so they're just gonna load it right back up. I mean,
And they'll be like perverts in their dungeons who are like, finally,
Yeah.
my creepy ass DVD collection comes to fruition.
I mean, I understand why she's doing it, and it's probably
Yeah, I
for her
get it.
kids. It's
Right.
probably for her kids. She probably knows.
Yeah,
Hey,
she
I
has a
can't,
kid. Yeah,
I can't
Yeah.
do this. It's not going to be immediate, but by the time her kids grow up, hopefully,
I'll see
they'll
what
be-
it-
I think they're thinking ahead. But it's
so
I
think
mean, 'cause
about
it's gonna get out. Because I mean,
Yeah,
it don't
yeah.
matter. gonna send your kid to
Oh yeah.
school.
Well, I mean, you think, well, like I said,
The dads are gonna be like, oh shit.
right. Think about every day you take him to daycare or to whatever.
Right.
Almost every dad is going to be like, oh shit.
I'm not gonna say almost every day, but there's gonna be one.
There-
gonna
There's gonna be one of them gonna be like, hey, I remember her, or she looks like that person,
right.
you know,
Right.
and it doesn't seem like she didn't change her name.
Right.
Well, I mean, I don't know.
There's
What
a
she
lot
knows.
of-
Well, I mean, she basically, you know, for the news articles, you know, she's still saying what her name is.
Well,
she's
right.
yeah, but that could just be her alias for like that.
But
You know what I
people-
mean? Like,
Change the name because you would have to go through so much to like.
well, you wouldn't change.
You have to change your whole life. You know what I'm saying?
Right, right. But I mean, it's just a form. Like, you just fill out a form and says you want to change your name.
Right. Yeah.
Then you just have to be like, oh yeah, my name changed. Because I mean, ladies do this all the time.
Right.
Yeah, well, they have a stage name, and then they have.
I mean,
you
they
know,
do. They do it all the time, Fred.
Yeah, they do.
You know, so she probably has a, you know, her
Right. That's
regular
what I said.
name.
She has like a persona name, and then she has her
Right.
personal name,
Right.
like me.
Yeah.
Because my real name is not Matt Parker.
Mm-mm.
I'm not going to tell you my real name.
Just
That
do
way you
Butterbean.
can never Google me.
Yeah.
Do Butterbean. Everybody
That's right, Butterbean. It's Vincent D'Onofrio.
Yeah.
Vincent D'Onofrio.
Seafood business.
Yeah, mine is Sylvester Theodore.
There you go. My real name is Tommy Gunn. Anyway, well, Fred, I just wanted to hear you guys' opinion on that because I saw that. I thought that was really interesting, and like it made me think of, what if one day we were disgraced by the show that we've put on? I mean, could we erase ourselves from the internet, Alan? If we quit paying for internet hosting stuff, would we just be erased? I know we would be on YouTube forever unless we deleted it. But
Yeah, we could probably, we could probably scrub a lot of our stuff because, you know, we're not.
well, I'm
doing
saying if we were, and we're not going anywhere, just for you guys, even if we don't win this award, we're probably not going to quit.
I mean, we could probably scrub ourselves off of the internet. Yes,
You scrub yourself off of the internet all the time.
Yes, no, I watch Lana Rhodes, and that. Never mind.
Yep.
Yeah.
There you go. There you go. Time to end the show, ladies and gentlemen. No, I was just curious. Anyway, yeah. So it's crazy. I don't think it's possible. I don't think it's feasible that they can do that.
I don't think it's gonna.
But should they be able to do that? Is really the question. Like, should you
It
be
would
able to
be
say,
nice if you could.
Right.
It would,
Yeah.
Because I mean, I don't think she's ashamed of what she's done. I
Right.
think it's more like she don't want to subject her kids through.
yeah, oh yeah, no, I totally get that.
You know.
Because it's one thing to be like, hey, son, you know who your best friend's mom is? You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
It's different than when it's your mom.
But then, like, he goes straight to the internet, Googles her, and then, yeah, oh, wow, that is true. But if dad's just saying it, you know what I
Right.
mean?
You know, but
Yeah.
actually, I would rather my wife or my girlfriend be somebody like that than be Casey Anthony.
Right.
You
Fair
know,
enough.
if I have to choose, it'd be like, hey, but your girlfriend's Casey Anthony. Oh, hell no.
Worry about, like, her kid finding out.
It's a whole different thing.
You don't have to worry about her kid finding out.
That's true. Oh God. All right. Good night, everybody. We can't. No, there's nothing else to say after that. That was great. Well
Right.
done, Fred. But still,
I wanted to end the show now.
Well, I don't know.
you did. You did.
Didn't she have another kid?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either. I sure hope not.
BL, look it up.
BL.
BL Casey Anthony. I don't know. Fuck it.
Well,
Well, let's start a petition. If we win this award, Fred, we're going to petition.
I think we just lost
Casey
it.
to date Allan.
Come
Yeah, we probably do.
on, listen to the end of this shit.
I think we just lost it.
Don't forget to vote for us. Best thing Greenville has to offer when it comes to podcasts. It's either us or the pressure washers. All right. Good night, everybody. Thanks for listening. We'll see you next week with a brand new episode. Happy Halloween, by the way. Worst Halloween episode ever.
Yes.
All right, good night, everybody.